Not everybody's day goes according to plan. A lot of people, when their day falls apart, go online and share what's happened. I share their stories with you. Epic fails on Rock 107.
Have you heard about the lonesome loser? He's a loser, but he still keeps on trying.
After confessing to my 16-year-old sister that I was only into guys younger than me, she said that's okay because she was attracted to guys in their late 40s and that an age gap's not that big of a deal.
Loser.
A car hit me while I was on a crosswalk. The driver jumped out of the car, stepped over me to check her car for damage.
You're a loser. A lazy, obnoxious loser.
My math class and I had to sit through an entire slideshow of photos of our teacher's cat. The cat's name? Mr. Cat.
The who? The her.
Their lack of success makes us feel better about our lives. Epic fails on Rock 107. My girlfriend of almost 2 years took offense to a "that's what she said" joke and blew up, saying she doesn't like those jokes. She thinks that she is the she of the jokes every time, and I tried explaining to her how the joke works, but she wouldn't believe me. She says that I'm just lying.
You are one pathetic loser.
It took a whole year to convince my girlfriend to sleep in the same bed as me because she was afraid she'd fart. I assured her she was just being paranoid. Turns out she does fart, and she farts more than anyone I've ever slept with combined.
I'm a loser. I'm a loser.
My girlfriend was thoughtful enough to buy me some dude wipes because I work on a construction site, and many times I have to use a porta potty or hold it. I was late and decided I'd use the work potty, grabbed the wipes she got me, did my business, went to wipe, and frozen solid. Hell of a way to start my day.
What a loser!
Their defeat is our victory. Epic fails on Rock 107. I was eating Star Wars gummy candies and I bit R2-D2 in half. My girlfriend looked and said, "Oh, look, now he's R1-D1. It was super cute, but I couldn't help thinking that's not how the numbering system works for droids.
You're already a loser.
My stepmom aired her opinions on how marriage and children are shackles placed on women by men to keep them miserable, downtrodden, under control, and borderline suicidal. She made this speech during my wedding reception. Oh, and I'm 4 months pregnant, too.
You're a loser!
I spent all day waiting for an unlikely follow-up text from the girl from Tinder I let peg me on the first date.
Breaking the news that's already broken. It's time for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
Ben Roethlisberger officially announced his retirement yesterday. Roethlisberger said, "I retire from football a truly grateful man, and especially grateful for non-disclosure agreements." The SATs will be entirely digital starting in 2024, and essay questions must be answered in 500 emojis or more. Tom Selleck turns 77 tomorrow. I'm not sure what he wants for his birthday, but if those commercials are any indication, it's your house.
It's 60 Minutes meets Gone in 60 Seconds. Tune in tomorrow for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
Rock 107's Prospector, and I did this last week, and I thought it was just so much fun that I wanted to do it again. I'm talking about censored fairy tales, unnecessarily censored fairy tales, because I want to read to the kids, but I also want you to enjoy it as well. So this week's reading, The Lion and the Mouse. A lion lay asleep in the his great head on his paws. A little mouse came upon him and in her haste to get away, ran across the lion's. Roused from his nap, the lion laid his huge angrily on the tiny creature to kill her. Spare me, begged the poor mouse. Please let me go, and someday I'll surely you. The lion was much to think that a mouse could ever help him, but he was generous and let the mouse go. Some days later, while his prey in the forest, the lion was caught in the of a net. Unable to free himself, he the forest with his angry The mouse knew the voice and quickly the lion struggling in the net. Running to one of the great ropes that bound him, she gnawed and gnawed until it parted, and soon the lion was You laughed when I said I'd repay you, said the mouse. Now you can see that even a mouse can help a lion. A is never wasted. That was this week's Unnecessarily Censored Fairy Tales on Rock 107.
The radio. Punch the dashboard. Complaints should be addressed to Loudmouth Yambag at rock107.com.
Hey, I'm Rock 107's Prospector, and here's what's got me jacked. It's a narrative I'm sick of. We lost by a coin toss. Play your hearts out for 60 minutes just to have your fate decided by a coin toss? Any of that nonsense, all right? There's been a lot of talk about the NFL overtime rules this week. And look, I understand the frustration of seeing a team roll right down the field, score to win a game without your team getting the ball in their hands. However, you had 60 minutes to take care of that, and you failed. In Buffalo's case, you let the Chiefs go 75 yards and tie it in the final 13 seconds of the game. You didn't lose at the coin toss. You lost when the Chiefs went right down your throats. It's not the coin toss. It's what you do after the coin toss. That's what effing counts here, okay? What if Buffalo got the ball after the Chiefs and scored, and then the Chiefs scored to win the game? Does that satisfy your idea of fairness here? Of course, these are the rules and have been for quite a while now. And plenty of teams win the toss and don't win in OT. Plenty of defenses make a stop or even a pick six and they win. Offense is not the only part of the NFL game. There are 3 phases to football, and being able to execute in all 3 of them behooves you more than some NCAA craziness in OT. Not with the small rosters the NFL uses. You want 8 OTs, you need like at least an 80-man roster, okay? Now, all of that's not to say the NFL overtime is perfect. It's not. But asking players who are already playing an extra game this year to go for another full quarter at least is not the answer, and the Players Association would never go for it. It can be better, and quite frankly, it needs to be better. For one, I think forcing teams to go for 2 in OT would be a start. And I'm not against one possession each and then the current rules either. But you got to convince me that's better. However, you got to stop with this "we lost at the coin toss" bunk. It's a loser's lament and it's sad. Make a stop or shut up. Think Al Harris versus the Packers in 2003. I know, it's not fair. Life ain't fair, and the NFL sure as heck ain't fair, all right? It's a meritocracy, for crying out loud. Get strong or get out. You know, unless the same thing happens to my Rams this weekend, then, hey, we got to fix this now. I'm Prospector. I'm for the people. Who's with me? I gotta go crazy, man!
Ever see the crazy guy screaming at the wall outside the Times building?
Where does this rage come from, my son?
Tweet us with hashtag #IFoundProspector and we'll come and get him. Prospector, mornings on Rock 107.
Life's pretty tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
I gotta say, this is a story that just makes me happy all over. Footage of an Amazon driver in Indiana going viral after he noticed a little old lady having a hard time getting to her mailbox in the snow. He stopped delivering packages to shovel her driveway for her. Yeah, I think that's amazing.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
Don't you get nervous? Good morning, I'm Rock 107's Prospector. I'll tell you what I'm nervous about.
Kick is on the way, and it is good, and the Bengals win. The Cincinnati Bengals are going to the AFC title game.
Touchdown! Kansas City wins it in overtime.
30 yards to win the game. Matt Gape and the Rams by the hair of their skinny teeth.
Down the middle, and good! 49ers win it!
Yeah, I'm nervous about all the games this weekend. I am nervous about NFL Championship Sunday. I know it's unreasonable. Many fans are excited, amped for their team's opportunity to move on. Bengals fans, their first time the team won a playoff game in like 3 decades. They're psyched. Me? Freaking out. That's why I told my wife, you can't be here. I'm going to act like an idiot. Kicked her out of the house for Championship Sunday. I know I'm not alone. Look, last week's games, full of nail-biters, crazy action. It was insane watching football last week, and I don't know if I could take another week of that, but I hear the NFL has a solution.
If you had to take anti-anxiety pills after watching last weekend's NFL playoff nail-biters, and your doctor doesn't think your body could survive any more last-second heart-stopping walk-off field goals this weekend, consider watching a meaningless powder puff snooze fest guaranteed to not raise your blood pressure.
Ooh, wow.
The NFL Pro Bowl, February 6th.
All right.
Don't miss all the watered-down, lackluster action.
Okay.
What's a yambag? A fool, an idiot, a blockhead, a dunce, or an ignoramus. You know, a dullard, simpleton, or a clot, nitwit, dipstick, pea-brain, mouth breather, or cretin.
It's now time to announce the winner of Prospector's Yambag of the Week.
Here are the nominees. Nominee number 1.
A man and his girlfriend broke into an old school to reclaim something that a teacher had confiscated many years ago. Yeah, like the guy's 63 now, so we're talking like 4 decades ago. They were caught and arrested for trespassing.
Nominee number 2.
A 29-year-old guy from Ireland is facing charges after he refused to wear a mask during a flight to New York, threatened the pilot, threw an empty can at another passenger's head, and then mooned a flight attendant. He's facing up to 20 years in prison.
Nominee number 3.
A jail in Mississippi got a fax this month that said an inmate was up for release even though he wasn't. It turned out the inmate's girlfriend sent the fax, and now she looks like she's heading to jail too.
Nominee number 4.
2 men in Ireland carried a corpse, Weekend at Bernie's style, into a local post office and tried to claim the deceased man's pension. No money was handed over, and the men took off after someone raised concerns about the corpse.
And the winner is...
The 2 men who took a corpse into a post office in Ireland to claim the dead man's pension. You idiots thought Weekend at Bernie's was some kind of instructional video? You're the Yambags of the Week. Stay tuned for all the nominees for Prospector's Yambag of the Day, Monday morning, right here on Rock 107.